Welcome my dear students. Let us continue the classes. And yesterday we have talked about, in the previous class we have talked about the different kinds of reactions. What are those different kinds of reactions? There are different chemical combination, chemical decomposition, chemical displacement as well as chemical double displacement we have studied. And I hope that all of you have worked out and go through these types of chemical reactions. And let us continue this reaction. The last type of reaction we are going to call it as a redox reactions. Okay, this is also chemical types of reaction which comes under this chemical reaction as well as the equation. Then what is this redox reaction? It is a type of reactions where the oxidations and reduction takes place and the transfer of electrons takes place. So this is what we are going to call it as a redox reactions. In the redox reaction there are two types we have studied. The subtypes we have studied, that is, one is oxidation reaction and one other than is reduction reaction. Now what do you mean by oxidation reaction? Oxidation reaction is nothing but it is additions of oxygen. We have studied different kinds of reaction, we have written the word equations, chemical equation, balance equations, everything, right? And we have talked about that is depending on the atomicity and also valency, right? So here also the additions of oxygenase takes place in different kinds of reactions. So that means we are representing as an oxidation reaction. What do you mean by oxidation reaction? Oxidation reaction is nothing but here is a additions of oxygenase takes place. Here is additions of oxygenase takes place, whereas in the case of reductions there is an addition of hydrogen is going to take place. Many of the reactions we have seen hydrogen is there or oxygen is there. These type of reactions we are differentiated as oxidation reaction as well as reduction reaction. Then what about these difference we are going to talk about here? If oxidations is nothing but additions takes place, addition of oxidase takes place, here is addition of hydrogen takes place. So one more thing is here removal of oxygen, removal of hydrogen. Here we study removal of hydrogen. Further here additions of oxygen. Look at these are the interactions or interactive reactions between these two. One is additions of oxygen, removal of hydrogen. You can also define the oxidation reaction is nothing but additions of oxygen or either the removal of hydrogen takes place in the reaction. You must be observed. Here reaction means additions of hydrogen and the additions of oxygen takes place. Understand? So here is additions of oxygen, removal of hydrogen. But here additions of hydrogen and here removal of oxygen. Is a removal of oxygen takes place. Then what happens in this oxidation reaction? Additions of metals or non-metals. Here additions of non-metals or electronegative of elements you can see. Additions of non-metal. Additions of a non-metal with the electropositive elements. Electropositive element. Whereas in the case of reductions, additions of non-metals or electropositive elements. Addition of non-metal is electropositive, here electronegative. Finally, we can say that here is a loss of electron takes place. Loss of electron, and here is a gain of electrons. These are the two difference between the oxidation and reduction. Look here, additions of oxygen, removal of hydrogen is called as an oxidation reaction. Similarly, additions of hydrogen and removal of oxygen is going to be called as a reduction reactions. And one more thing is additions of non-metals or electronegative or electropositive elements is we can observe. Here the additions of non-metals as well as here addition of metals. Additions of metals and electronegative is going to take place. Totally we can go into call it as a loss of electrons considered in the case of oxidations and gain of electron we are going to consider in the case of reductions. Okay students, I hope you understand these difference between the oxidations as well as the reduction. Now let us go for the different kinds of example for these additions or oxidations as well as the reduction reaction. Now, further we will be studying the example. In the previous example, I have told you that when copper powder is heated with a china dish, or you just heated the copper powder, what happens after providing you some temperature, that coated layer is formed. The coated layer is formed and it becomes as a black colors. It becomes as a black color. So that is called as a copper oxide. The layer of the copper oxide is formed. So let us write the equation for that. When a copper is reacted with oxygen to form as what? Copper oxide. Copper oxide. Similarly, we study magnesium ribbon is reacted with oxygen form as a magnesium oxide, right? Similarly, the copper is reacted with oxygen form as a copper oxide. Okay. Now you can see here, you can balance this when 2Cu plus O2, right? O2, right? So Cu. Now write balance equation as 2, and here is a 2 copper, 2 oxygen, 2 copper is balanced. Now this equation is balanced, right? Now what I am going to tell you is, when copper is heated with the oxygen, or given you providing some oxygen, passing through the oxygen, what happens? The form as a black layers, that is called as a copper oxide. Then the copper oxide is further passing through the hydrogen. Copper oxide is further passing through the hydrogen gas. What happened here? The copper is liberated and H2O is formed. That means water is formed. This is called displacement reaction. This is called displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Now we can observe whether this reaction is going to take place reductions or as an oxidation. I told you oxidation is nothing but what? Additions of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, right? So reduction is nothing but it is a additions of hydrogen and the removal of oxygen. Can you find out where the oxygen is going to be added? Just you observe here, copper oxide is there. Copper oxide in the reactant and hydrogen in the reactants. Now in the product, copper is present and water is existent, right? Here copper is consisting of oxide or oxygen. Then if you see in a product, the copper gets removed. Understand? Hence you have to mark it like this. You should show that where is the oxidation takes place, where is the reactants or reduction is going to take place. Here you can see this removal of oxygen is going to take place. Hence this is called reduction. Reductions. Again, reduction means what? It is a removal of oxygen. Right? Here oxygen is going to be removed. But whereas in hydrogen, the oxygen is going to be added. Hydrogen is getting oxidized of oxygen. Hence this is called as what? Oxidation. Oxidation. Okay. Now you can understand where the oxidation is going to take place. Copper is removal of oxygen. Hence it becomes as a copper. Copper oxide becomes a copper and hydrogen becomes a water by adding the oxygen. Right. Hence this is called as reduction reaction process and this is called as a oxidation reaction. Now you have to identify. This is an important question we are going to ask in the examinations. They will give you 3 equations or 2 equations. Ask them to find out the reductions and oxidations in the following equation and also identify the reducing agent and also oxidizing agent. Now one more question is arise. What do you mean by oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent as well as reducing agent. Reducing agent. What do you mean by agent? That means when the process is going to take place, by in between that some of the elements will be helping to become as oxidized or helps to become as a reduce or reductions. Since that type of elements you are going to observe in the chemical reaction, so that agent, that element is going to call it as a oxidizing agent or reduction agent. Okay, or reducing agent. Here what is oxidizing agent? We see that copper oxide is reduced into copper, which is going to help to reduce, the oxygen is going to reduce and that is adding with the hydrogen. Hence here hydrogen is going Okay, hence this hydrogen is called as, what do you call this hydrogen as? Is a reducing agent. Is a reducing agent because it helps to reduce the copper oxide from copper oxide to copper. Hence, hydrogen is a reducing agent. It is helping, right? It's going to help to reduce. Hence, it is called as reducing agent. Then what about this oxidizing agent? Hydrogen is going to additions of oxygen takes place. Hence, it forms as a water H2O, which is going to help. Then where is this oxygen is coming from? This oxygen is coming from copper oxide, right? Hence, copper oxide is helping to hydrogen to become water or H2O. Hence, here is a copper oxide is a what? Correct. It is a oxidizing agent. Hence, copper oxide is a oxidizing agent. Hence, understand. I hope you students understand these process and how can you understand and how can you identify the reducing agent, oxidizing agent by understanding the oxidation and reductions. Understand? Can we write one more example here? For example, now some of the question is arising in your mind. Why this oxidation is need, or what is the importance of oxidations or reductions? Why we need to study in the daily life? Because we are studying as well as chemical reactions. Right? Chemical reactions is a more important in daily life. Hence, we need to study and try to understand different kinds of equations. By understanding that, we can find out the reactants, products, and names, skeletons, everything. And we know that what kind of reactants is formed, whether it is a liquid, solid, precipitates, gas, everything, right? Similarly important is going on in all the equations. Now let us take the second equations. Copper is reacted with oxygen to form as copper oxide. Here we need to balance, you write. Here copper is become copper oxide. Then what happens here? Here is a copper is become copper oxide. Hence it is a oxidation reactions. Here is a oxidation going to take place. Oxidation is going to take place. But where is this reduction is going to take place? There is no element which is identified reductions. Now, which can you identify? You can identify the oxidizing agent. Okay, what is oxidizing agent here? Oxidizing agent. Carbon is going to add oxygen to form as a copper oxide, which is going to help to become a copper oxide. That is what? That is oxygen or O2. Here oxygen is a what we are going to call? Yes, it is an oxidizing agent. It is an oxidizing agent. I hope you understand. Okay, let us see the next example. Okay, when hydrogen sulfate is reacted with chlorine, okay, to form as what? HCl, to form as HCl and releasing with sulfur. Okay, now look at here, anything else I need to balance? Chlorine is 2, yes, chlorine must becomes 2, you have to add 2 here, 2H2, yes, chlorine is 2 and sulfur is single. So we have balanced now. Now you can identify where is the oxidation is takes place, reducing is takes place. Now look at here, hydrogen. Here you cannot find out hydrogen, but you can find out the reductions. That means what? Removal of oxygen or additions of hydrogen can you find? Where is the addition of hydrogen is takes place? Look here, chlorine is become reducing or reductions is undergoes. That means removal of oxygen is takes place. Removal of oxygen as well as what? Additions of hydrogen takes place. Where is the addition of hydrogen takes place? Here. Here chlorine is adding with hydrogen. Hence it is a addition reaction. Sorry, it is a reduction reaction, right? It is a reduction. We can find out this as a. Now look here, dear students. Hydrogen sulfate is reacted with chlorine to form as what? Hydrochloric acids and sulfur is produced. This is reactants and these are the products. Look here in hydrogen sulfate is getting reduced. What? Hydrogen. A removal of hydrogen is takes place. So only the product is sulfur. Then what is happening here? Removal of of hydrogen, what we are going to call it as? The removal of hydrogen is nothing but what? Or additions of hydrogen is nothing but what? The removal of hydrogen is going to take place, right? The removal of hydrogen is called as a oxidation. Here is a hydrogen is going to remove. What we are defined as oxidation? Oxidation is nothing but additions of oxygen and removal of hydrogen, right? Here is a removal of hydrogen is takes place, hence it is a oxidation. Understand? But here the additions of hydrogen is going to take place. What do you mean by additions of hydrogen? The additions of hydrogen, if you have studied, that is come across reduction. This is what? Reduction we call it as. Yes. The additions of hydrogen is going to call it as oxidations. Additions of hydrogen is going to call it as reduction. Understand? As well as the removal of oxygen is going to call it as what? Oxidation. Now can you identify the oxidizing agent and the removal of agent and reducing agent? Oxidizing agent is and reducing agent is. Which is get oxidized hydrogen, sulfur is getting removal of hydrogen forms as a sulfur. Then which is going to help? Chlorine is going to help to become an oxidized. That means what? Removal of hydrogen. Understand? Hence this is what? Oxidizing agent is nothing but chlorine. The chlorine is going to call it as oxidizing agent. Whereas a reducing agent, the chlorine is added with hydrogen. Additions of hydrogen means what? Additions of hydrogen means what? It's a reduction. Hence it is a reduction. What is going to be that the elements become reduced? That means chlorine. Chlorine is adding the hydrogen chlorine. Where is this hydrogen is coming from? H2S, right? Hence hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide is the reducing agent. Understand? Please go through this and take some more examples from this and identify the oxidizing agent and reducing agent and oxidation and reduction. Understand? So I hope you understand this one. Okay. Now let us study the further. Now where this oxidation and reduction is going to be held? What are different effects of oxidation reactions in day-to-day lives of every life? What is that? Can you see the example of iron particles? When iron particle becomes rust when you are exposed to moisture or air. What is that color is formed? Is a brown color layer is formed, right? What is happening in that case? There is additions of oxygen is going to take place. Addition is going to be added in the reactions of what? Iron is turns and changes the color as a brown. Understand? Normal iron if you just expose to air or water, what happens? It changes its colors and then the powder, brownish color powder is formed. What are you going to call it as? Yes, we are going to call it as what? Corrosion. Corrosion. Then what do you mean by corrosions? When element or iron article substances will be exposed to air or moisture, what happens? It oxidizes or it changes its colors, corrode easily. These are called as what? Corrosion. Understand? Not only that, a black coated is forms on the layer of silver when you expose to air or water. Okay, it changes. This is also chemical. This is we are going to call it as what? A chemical reaction. Understand? Hence, a black coated is forms on a silver is an example. And then next, a green coated is forms on a copper. You can see any other copper materials when you expose to air or keep longer time and exposed to air or immerse with the waters. What happens? It forms as a green coated. These are example for what? Corrosion. Understand? These are example of corrosion which undergoes with the oxidation reaction. Which undergoes oxidation reaction. Then, what are the effects of corrosions if the color is changed or when it is exposed to air or water? Of course, the different colors will comes on the layer. Okay, what happens if these colors is existing on the metals? Is it safe and secure the metals or no? There is a damage takes place. Okay, can you see the machinery articles or machinery material which undergoes corrosion? What happens? A large amount of metals will be undergoes corrosion. Then there is a huge losses takes place. Understand? Then the machinery articles will not possible to work properly because it is spoiling, getting spoiled when exposed to what? Water or air. Hence, there is a damage is occurs. Okay. Similarly, you can see the iron articles or material which undergoes fast and most reactive with the air and moisture. The same will be happening. Okay. Or any object which is made from the metals. Then there is a huge amount of loss takes place. Economically, the amount is spent and cannot be replaced it again. Understand? You can replace it by manufacturing or connecting with the new metals. That means when the metals is getting corrode, it is damaging. It loses its original property. That is because of oxidation only takes place. Understand? These are the effects we need to protect. Then how can you protect these oxidations by the different kinds of metals? By adding painting. And we can study further in metals and non-metals lesson, that is we can come across anodization, okay, galvanization, and then painting of an iron articles. These are the different processes to avoid the corrosions of the metals. And one more thing we need to study, okay, in a daily life, some of the food materials will be getting spoiled when you kept open the oil materials or oil food or oil when you expose to air or water. Can you see that is also corrode? That won't be corrode, but instead of corrosion, it will be undergo rancidity. Undergoes what? Rancidity. You understand what is this corrosion? This has happened for the metallic substances. But the food items or materials which we have kept as an opening exposed to air, like oily food packets, oily substances, what happens? That undergo rancidity. What do you mean by rancidity? Here, usually fats and oils will be undergo rancidity. The fats and oils will be oxidized and get converted into rancid by changing the smell as well as taste. The taste will not be get as same as original. Okay. Similarly, you can see the chips packets. And what are the charged material? You are just covered with the plastic covers that is flushed with the nitrogen gases. Why? Because that nitrogen gas is called as a noble gases. Okay. It does not allow the food materials or oily fatty items should not be rancid easily. To avoid the oxidation of these substances, we are providing or protecting the food item inside the packets of chips, filling or flushing with the nitrogen gases. Understand? These are the two important oxidations effects which is occurs in the daily life. Understand? Hence the opening and kept the oil should be closed always, packed well, and should not be added with any other drops of water as well, not exposed to air, because it easily undergoes oxidation. So guys and my dear students, I hope you understand this effects of oxidation and reductions, and further details we can study in the next chemistry lessons. Understand? Now these are the two important effects of oxidation. One is what? One is corrosion as well as one more is rancidity. Understand? Okay. Because how can we avoid this oxidation? One more question. How can you avoid this oxidation? The corrosions can be added with the what? Painting, galvanizations as well as anodizations. These are the different processes. And how can you avoid this rancidity? Rancidity, I have told you, by flushing the food items with the nitrogen gas and packed it with the food. Then it can be prevent the spoilage of food as well as the rancidity of the food. So that nitrogen is going to call it as what? Antioxidant. Oxidation will be prevented by some of the agent called antioxidant. For example, we have seen that any systems or mobile should be updated with the virus, so that should be protected by antivirus, right? So similarly, we are going to call it as these oxidations can be prevented by adding antioxidant substances. Understand? So this is the importance of chemical reaction as well as the oxidations. I hope you understand. Okay, please go through whatever the example which is present in your textbook and come back with your full of questions. Will definitely answers. You can text me or you can message me or you can give a call. Understand? So I hope you understand this. Please understand the applications of the science, chemistry, physics, or biology, anything else, please try to come in the applications like what is happening in the daily life with these type, and try to identify. Just feel happy and shy with the science. Understand? Now take down the homework. The first homework, first one is, right, what is redox reaction? Redox reaction. What is oxidation reaction and reduction reaction? Reduction reaction. Identify the oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. Please take down this or write down. Okay. Identify the oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Reducing agent with your example. With your example. Next one is, what is corrosion, or define corrosion. Define corrosion and rancidity. Don't forget this. Understand? Rancidity. These are the regular questions will be going to ask in the examination. What is corrosion? What is corrosion? What is rancidity? How can you prevent the food items or oily food which is packed in a cover? How can you protect? Okay, what is the effects you need to identify? That is a rancidation, and you have to say that, and you have to answer that. Providing that, we need to add the antioxidant substance like nitrogen. We need to flush it into the pockets. Understand? Now, define corrosion and rancidity. Now, fourth one, what are the effects of these corrosion and rancidity? How can you prevent? How can you prevent? So, I hope you will definitely answer for these all questions. Okay, please go through this, identify the equations, understand, try to answer these and write in your homework book once again. Understand? So, thank you. So, today with these sessions we are ending up your first chemistry lesson is going to be called as chemical reaction and equation. So, in the next class we will study the next chapters of physics. Understand? So, thank you so much. Please walk out.